Hello mga kababayan, ako po si Robert, ang yung nurse in the UK. And today, pag-usapan po natin kung magkano ba yung sinasahod ko bilang isang nurse dito sa UK. If you want to find out, then stick around. So, sahod. Magkano ba yung kinikita ng Pinoy nurse dito sa UK? Depende po yan kung saan kayo mapunta. Kung napunta kayo sa London, mas malaki yung sahod nyo kumpara sa amin na nagtatrabaho dito sa countryside. So, sa London kasi meron silang tinatawag na London allowance. At so, mas malapit kayo sa London, mas malaki yung London allowance. Mas malayo kayo sa London, mas wala kayong London allowance. Obviously. So, ang upside lang ng pagtatrabaho dito sa countryside, I think, is mas mura yung rent. And if you want to get into the mortgage ladder, mas mura yung mga bahay dito kumpara sa mas malapit sa mga syudad. So, pagdating nyo po dito sa London, you will find out that they have a banding system when it comes to salary. Meron silang band 1 until band 10, and nurses fall on band 5. But, pagdating nyo po dito sa UK, hindi kayo agad-agad mapupunta sa band 5 kasi wala pa kayong PIN number. And makukuha nyo lang yung PIN number nyo after you've taken your OSCE and you passed. So you'll probably be working for 6 months na band 4 lang kayo, for example. I don't really know how low it is nowadays. Nung panahon po namin, yung 2010, nung dumating ako dito sa UK, mas mababa pa yung sahod namin sa band 4. So I think it was band 2 or 3. So, ang mangyayari lang dyan kapag nakapasa na kayo ng OSCE, ibabalik din nila sa inyo yung bayad sa hours na pinagtrabaho nyo from that 6 months na band 4 lang kayo to make up for now that you're a band 5. So, parang makakuha kayo ng lump sum of money na, yun nga, to make up for the time that you've worked as a band 4 now that you're a band 5. So, magkano ba yung band 5? Well, yung band 4. Kasi pagdating nyo dito, yun yung parang i-expect yung bayad. I think it's about 18,000 to 20,000 pounds a year. Yun po yung band 4 or band 5. So siguro kasi yung banding system, hindi lang naman yan isang digit. Every year, tumataas yung sahod mo as you work through the years. So yung band 5 is like a cutoff line, and then it has a limit as well on the top. So you will reach the top of the band 5 after some years that you started working here. Magsisimula po yung band 5 sa 22,000 pounds a year, and then it will end to 28,000 something on the top of band 5 after you've been here for 3 years at least. Kasi binago na rin nila yung increment rate ng salary. A long time ago, it takes a long time for you to reach the top of band 5. Pero ngayon, ginawa yata nilang 3 years lang, nasa top ka na ng band 5. So, that's a bit better for new staff. Not so much for the older staff kasi obviously they've been working for so many years, and then nun lang sila nakarating ng top of band 5. So, all those years, ito lang yung bayad sa kanila, and then you come all of a sudden, after 3 years, you've also reached the top band 5, the same as them. So, if you look at it that way, parang hindi masyadong fair, pero I don't really understand bakit binago nila yung system ng increments. Anyway, so 28,000 pounds a year, if you're a top of band 5. So, yung band 5 po is yan yung nagtatrabaho sa wards, yan yung gaya ko nagtatrabaho sa theaters, and then after that you can reach band 6 as well kung meron kayong opportunities na ma-promote. So mas mabilis yung turnover sa mga cities like London kumpara sa countryside. Yung opportunities to become a band 6 is better sa cities compared sa countryside. I'm currently a band 6. After being band 5 for 5 years, I was able to get a promotion, and then I started working as a band 6 after that. So, ang difference lang is yung responsibilities. Kapag band 6 ka, you're a team leader, so you had to look after the new staff, learning staff. That's in your theater. Sa operating department po ako nagtatrabaho. So, yun yung sahod natin. So, if you wanna calculate it per hours, yan po ay 16, is it 16? No, it's 14 pounds an hour. And dito po, 37.5 hours a week yung trabaho. So, you can just multiply 14 times 37.5 and you'll come up with a number. And then you multiply it to 4 para makuha nyo yung monthly na salary nyo. The problem is, even if you calculate, for example, 21,000 in your monthly salary, hindi po yan yung kompletong salary na makakuha nyo sa month. Kasi madami silang deductions dito. So you have tax, you have your national insurance, and you have your pension scheme. Mag-umpisa tayo sa pension scheme. Yung NHS pension scheme, in case you don't know what NHS is about, NHS is the National Health Service. So yan po is available dito sa UK. And yan po yung naririnig natin na free healthcare. So pwede pumasok yung pasyente sa hospital, they get treated, and they can just go home without needing to pay anything. Kasi ang nagbabayad po dyan is yung tax na binabayad natin sa trabaho. Kaya tayo merong deduction na tax sa salary. That's one of the things that it pays for. Libreng healthcare. So, yung pension scheme is, yung NHS pension scheme, I heard, is one of the best kinds of pension schemes around available. And available lang siya sa mga NHS employees. Madami akong halimuhan. Madami akong na-encounter na staff na hindi sila nagtatrabaho sa NHS na sinasabi nila, we're very lucky to be working in the NHS dahil nga sa NHS pension scheme. Kasi iyan yung isa sa mga pinakamagandang retirement plans once you stop working. The problem that I see nowadays, madaming Pinoy na nag-opt out na mag-NHS, na pumasok sa NHS pension scheme kasi hindi siya mandatory. You can opt out if you want to. Very tempting kasi malaki yung dinideduct sa salary mo monthly kung ikaw ay nasa NHS pension scheme. And also, if for example, nagbabayad ka na ng 6, for example, you've been working for 6 months and you've been within the scheme, pwede mo makuha yung binayad mo from the scheme right there and then. So, meron kang malaking amount of money na makukuha straight away once you opt out. The problem is, obviously, is wala kang savings for your retirement. So, kung gusto mong mag-retire sa Pilipinas, kasi ang iniisip ng mga tao dito minsan, hindi naman sila, ayaw naman nilang tumanda dito sa UK. So, they don't need the NHS pension scheme. But what they don't know, or maybe they know but they just don't wanna realize it, is that you can actually use the NHS pension scheme kahit saan parte ka ng mundo kasi that's your money, that's your savings. So you can access it kahit nasa Pilipinas ka. So even after you retire, you can access your pension. So malaki yun na yung kumbaga isa sa mga pinakamalaking payout once you retire. So I'm still in it, and I encourage other people to stay inside the NHS pension scheme because I think it's a good thing. So kung ayaw nyo naman pumasok sa NHS pension scheme, you can always try and save for yourself for your retirement, and you can always put or set up your own private pension from a private company. Pero ang sinasabi ko po sa inyo is I was told, so I can't really confirm this myself, that NHS pension scheme is one of the best ones around. So kung gusto niyo ng mas magandang payout when you retire, I think NHS pension scheme is one of the best ones. That's why I'm still in it, and that's why I encourage other people to do it as well. Pero kung you trust yourself to save, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. Anyway, let's move on to so magkano na ngayon yung natitira sa sahod natin. If I say, for example, you earn £21,000, for example, and then the deductions have been made, sometimes you're left with £1,900. So enough na ba to live for a month? It's very much enough. That's quite a big amount of money. Kung i-convert nyo po yan sa peso, you'll see. But so let's talk about rent. For example, kung magre-rent kayo ng apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, that will amount to about 650, 700, 750, 800 pounds a month. So, ang tip ko po dyan is to, kung meron kayo mga kasabay na Pinoy na dumating sa Pilipinas, you might as well live together for some time para ma-divide nyo yung cost ng expenses per month. Kasi hindi lang naman rent yung kailangan nyong bilhin. Kailangan nyo ng internet, kailangan nyo ng water, electricity bill, water bill I always said, gas, kung dadating kayo dito during winter, kailangan nyo ng heating system, so you need money for that as well. Anyway, pagdating nyo po dito, nung bagong dating kami dito, and I'm sure this will happen to you as well, bibigyan kayo ng hospital ng accommodation, and usually the rent there is much cheaper. So, ang problema lang po dyan, if you stay longer, I think 6 months, if you stay longer than 6 months, tataas ng tataas yung rent nyo kasi it's just like an accommodation for a certain amount of time na cheap para lang you can get back on your toes, kumbaga. So, yun nga po ang tip ko sa inyo is to live together for a while. Yan po yung ginawa namin ng mga kasama ko nung dumating kami dito sa Pilipinas. We all lived in together in one apartment to divide how much the rent is. And it worked really well kasi nakapag-save kami ng money. I can send money to my parents. I was able to invest into something in Philippines as well that I can use later. So, it all works out well. So, hindi lang yung rent yung pwede nyo i-divide. So, madi-divide nyo rin yung internet fee. Madi-divide nyo yung water, electricity bills. So, it's all really good. And then, you can assign someone to cook. So, tsaka yung company talaga ng mga Filipino together living in one house is like one of the best things talaga. Kasi, I remember how much na talagang kwentuhan kami lagi ng mga kasama ko nung magkakasama kaming nakatira sa isang bahay. Because once you start living on your own, talagang nakaka-homesick siya. So without anybody to speak to in your own language, talagang ang hirap mag-isa. So yes, that's one thing to think about. And so meron tayong rent, and then you have your internet fee. Internet is very important, obviously, sa ating mga Pinoy, kahit naman kanina siguro. Kasi that's one way of us trying to make contact with outer space. Trying to make contact with our family in Philippines or in any other country. And so ang presyo po karaniwan ng internet if you want something really fast is about 17 pounds a month. Kasama na dyan yung line rental kasi to use the internet, you need to rent a phone line, and you have to pay for that as well. So I think it amounts to about 17 pounds kung gusto niyo ng decent na internet connection. Obviously, you can pay more if you want your connections to be better, but 17 pounds I think is one of the cheaper options. So you got how much? 500. But I suppose if you are living with other people and you're dividing the rent between yourselves, so 650 divided by 3, so I don't know, 200 something a month, and then you got your internet, water bill, electricity bill sometimes falls on 80 pounds a month. So I think you can divide that as well between the 3 of you, or how many, kung ilan man kayo magkakasama sa isang bahay. And what else? So for example, groceries, food, I think for yourself you can say 150 to 100 pounds a month will be enough for you to survive. Kung wala ka namang pamilya dito, ikaw lang mag-isa, you're not gonna be cooking all the time. I'm sure you can afford ordering food as well for the month. So magkano na tayo? So you got 200 for food, you got 250 for rent, you have, for example, 80 pounds divided by 3, you got 25, I'm just guessing, no, 30 pounds a month for electricity bill. So yung internet bill nyo is not very much as well kung tatlo kayo. Pero you're gonna have to think about all these things kapag nag-solo ka na rin kasi you'll have to shoulder all of these things. it's really not easy to find a house na for you lang, for example, na karaniwan na makikita mo hindi apartment, na tawag lang nila na flat, na kumbaga isang malaking building and then there's many rooms and you can rent one of them. So yan yung isang option if you want to live alone. But you still need to pay for the phone bill, for the internet bill, for the water bill, electricity, etc. So yan po yung ano. So malaki naman din yung matitira sa inyo per month, and that's a lot of money that you can send home or you can save for yourself. And I gotta say, you have to really save for yourself when you're here, and you gotta make sure na happy ka din na nandito ka. Kasi kapag ka nag-umpisa ka ng magsolo, napakahirap kapag ka homesick ka, kasi 8 hours, 7 hours advance yung time natin, yung time ng Philippines compared to us. So usually when we're awake, everyone else is asleep in Philippines. So wala kang makausap. So it's nice to have something that keeps you distracted from being homesick. So yan po yung sahod namin dito sa UK. Hopefully naging helpful po itong video ko sa inyo, and given you an idea how it's like when you start working here. Maybe next time pag-usapan naman natin how it is to live in the UK when you're married to like an English person. In case that's one of the things you're wondering about. Please subscribe to my channel, and please like my video, share it to your friends kung meron kayong mga kaibigan na gusto magtrabaho dito sa UK. And hopefully yeah, it will be helpful for them as well. So we'll see you next time, and thank you for watching. Say bye.
Bye. Bye.
Good girl.
Bye.